Yo.
What's going on, guys? How's it going? Guess
Good to
what?
be back.
The day is upon us. The
It's
podcast is here.
Yep.
And
Well,
yep.
bye.
Well, that's the end. It's been nice knowing you guys.
Great podcast.
So what's up, guys? How you doing?
Well, I smell terrible.
You do smell terrible.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't. You do smell terrible, but you do.
I
smell
smell
terrible?
terrible because
Hold on,
haven't
hold
put
on.
on deodorant in like 2 days.
I think you probably smell fine.
Yeah.
So I said probably because I didn't actually smell you, but it's fine.
I wouldn't recommend it.
I like that you
No,
give.
sir.
I like that you give everybody a warning first.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, do yourself a favor. Don't come over here.
Are we not at the point in technology where we have smell-o-vision now?
Smell-o-vision.
Wait,
Can
what?
everyone
not?
not smell me?
What was that from? Smeller-vision. Oh, Futurama, right?
Oh, probably.
Where-
Everything funny.
Where it
is
had
from
that
Futurama.
gun, the gun that had the two things on the end of it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yep.
Eric, what's going on, buddy?
Hilarious.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, man. How
Good
about
to-
you?
good to
How
see you.
doing?
You've been playing some.
How you doing? Wow,
playing
Fuck, I
some
love
Dragon.
that.
You're playing with Dragon Balls, right?
bro. I've been playing with the fuck out of them balls.
Yeah.
Well, not that much. I've been playing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot on my last couple streams.
He's lying.
It's fucking good.
He
I
touches.
think
touches nuts.
Fucking
I've
good.
actually played more Kakarot than Eric has at this point.
I don't think you've played more than me. I know you've played more than me because all I've played so far is
That's
during my
true.
stream.
I don't
Yeah.
think
Wait,
much
you
of
know,
it.
you know he has a child, right? I mean,
What's a child?
actually, I'm not gonna lie. Every once in a while, I'm shocked at how many games Eric plays when he does have a whole family.
I managed.
I wouldn't
to
say he
squeeze
has
it
a
in.
whole family. I said he's got half a family at best.
What's a whole family?
I'd
Does
say
he have to have a
over
girl?
5.
Is it over
Over
five?
five.
That's like saying a couple or a few or.
Are you
fuck ton.
Greek? What the? How many people do you need?
Eric, we expect you to start popping them out, man.
Yeah.
Kevin's curious if it's dragging balls or dragon balls.
Dragon Balls.
It's
Dragon
dragon with like
Plus the
an
face.
apostrophe at the end. Dragon ball.
Yeah.
There you go.
No,
Yeah.
like you're
We know
calling
now.
someone balls. I'm
Yeah.
playing
No,
Dragon.
honestly though, as
Dragon the balls.
You know
as
what I
a Dragon Ball fan, like it is the game that Dragon Ball fans have been waiting for so far. Like
Maybe-
it is.
We should all shave our heads
I agree, Eric. I'm right there with you.
and do like Dragon Balls on the top of our head for Halloween.
First of all, I love that idea.
You're gonna be a millionaire, kid.
As I was saying though, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, like as someone who's a longtime Dragon Ball fan, it's what we've wanted this whole time. Is like, every game so far has kind of chronicled the series plot, but it's always been, usually a mediocre fighting game, with the exception of Fighters. Fighters is pretty fucking great.
Right.
But it's usually a mediocre fighting game that kind of sort of loosely follows this plot of the anime, but it's usually it usually just cuts out enormous chunks of the plot because it's just a fighting game. They can only have
Right. They can only have so much.
Is Goku in it?
But this,
Son Goku.
You broke him.
yes. But
What about Vegeta?
What
yes,
about
I guess.
What
vagina?
about Gohan?
I have to tell you,
But no, this game is a full-fledged action RPG that completely follows the plot of Dragon Ball Z, including the little side stories and shit. Like
That's
it has
impressive.
a ton of fan service.
What about
It's-
Piccolo?
Yes. It is fucking amazing, honestly.
What
The
about
battle
Raditz?
system is tight.
I watched you play the fighting one, and I was like, oh, it's really cool. It's just made for a fighting game. It
Yeah.
really is. It has
Yeah.
everything that you need. But I was pleasantly surprised with this one because it has so much
More.
everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, just everything about it, like flying around, just feels so good.
It does. One thing that
it-
I also want to add to, Eric, is I feel like you experience Gohan's side of Dragon Ball Z more than you would in the show.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Gohan's a very underrated character in general, and this game kind of like fleshes out parts of the story that the anime didn't really
Yeah,
like touch on as much.
Exactly.
It's
I'm
really
right
cool.
there with you. I
But-
actually love that part about it. I'm like, man, I get to actually play as Gohan like a lot of the time.
It's nice.
And you can
But,
fly on the cloud,
like,
right?
The
yeah,
flying
yeah, you get
Nimbus?
to fly on
Yeah.
the Nimbus.
Fucking cool.
Like I said,
Um,
the fan service and everything is just everything about it, down to the sound effects and stuff. Like when you're flying and you like go to drop down, it makes that little sound like
sound,
in the anime when they come down and land from flying. It's just every little detail. If you're a fan of the anime, you're just gonna lose your mind with nostalgia. Of how
One thing,
well executed it is.
one thing is Frieza in it.
What's
You
going on
you
there?
just had a malfunction.
Oh yeah.
I think you ruined your microphone.
What?
Okay, you're fine now.
We're fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
it's
It
good.
was like static, like unreal amount of static. I apologize for anybody out there that heard that.
There was like a crazy amount of static.
Oh,
Oh,
Is Boo in it?
don't move your head. Leave your head right there. Beautiful.
Okay.
I love it. I have a question for you.
Majin Buu.
I might get a dab. Do I have to like?
Okay, so the game was the original ones were more fighting games, kind of like
Yes.
Mortal Kombat, whatever.
Yep.
Do you think if they made a game like Kakarot with Mortal Kombat, you would like it just as much?
You wait. What's your?
My question,
like an
understand
action
the question.
RPG.
if they did an
Mortal Kombat.
action RPG for Mortal Kombat,
Okay,
Would
like
you
took
like it
the
just-
Mortal
They
Kombat
already
franchise.
did. It was called Conquest Mode, and it sucked.
was that just a mode in a fighting game?
Yeah.
Well, no. The
But
thing.
it was a mode in a fighting game, but it did feel like it was taking forever because it was so unenjoyable.
Yeah.
It was rough.
So it felt like I played it for
It's
like
not great.
100 hours.
That's the one where you go inside like the temple and all that, right?
You just run around collecting the stupid combat coins, and like you would happen upon like a random character like Scorpion, and like and then you fight him. And
Sounds
I'm like,
horrible.
Okay, it's
was pretty
really,
bad.
Okay.
really bad.
Okay.
That was during like the dark
Deception?
period of like the Mortal Kombat games, which pretty much started after Deadly Alliance, and then kind of ended after like Armageddon.
Hmm.
And then there was like Shaolin monks, and then there was just it was
Nope.
But the point of that whole thing,
But
the point of that
no.
whole thing is a fighting game turned RPG.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
mean,
I mean?
well, okay. Well, here's the thing. Like with fighting games, first of all, there's a distinction to be made between mediocre or bad fighting games and good fighting games. That's what was so special about the last Dragon Ball Z game, Dragon Ball Fighters, was that was the first Dragon Ball Z fighting game that I could like recommend to someone who isn't even a fan of Dragon Ball just based on its fighting mechanics. Like that was
Okay.
such a tightly made game that
So
if somebody enjoys fighting games, whether or not they like Dragon Ball, they'd play that and be like, wow, this is a fucking tight fighting
And
game. This
I
is
can
good."
actually say the same of
Um,
Kakarot. If you want to get into Dragon Ball, Kakarot is actually a good place to start.
Oh yeah.
Because you get to control all of the characters. It brings you all the way through the Dragon Ball Z storyline with all of the side filler stuff. And you get to play
But,
as like Piccolo, Vegeta, Gohan, like
So pretty much
But-
all
but
the main.
But the thing is, like, Mortal Kombat is established as a fighting game, and it's a good fighting game.
Right.
Whereas with Dragon Ball, the thing that's exciting about this format over a fighting game format is how much they get to flesh out the world and the lore and everything from the anime. Whereas Mortal Kombat's lore and story was always based around being a fighting game anyway. So I don't think it'd really make much sense to adapt that into like an open world RPG format. That's
Okay.
me personally.
I think
There's probably a market for that though. I'm sure there's
Okay.
the point
like
we're
it.
all trying to make is that Conquest Mode sucked.
I mean 100%.
Yeah.
We could all agree on that.
And are you sure that it's not called Dragon Ball Fighter Z? Because that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
It makes more sense. And I was calling it Fighter Z for a while, but then I saw a video where the developers of the game actually said like it's pronounced Fighters.
What do they
Just
fucking know anyway?
Fighters.
So
But they used a Z on the end of it? That's confusing.
they
Okay.
use a capital Z at the end of it, which makes it look like it'd be Fighter Z, but it's Fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Kind of
just
kind of like Ubisoft. People like to call it Ubisoft a lot, but I saw a thing a while back where the head of Ubisoft said, "You don't call it the Wii U, and our service isn't called Uplay. It's Uplay.
it should be
Ubisoft."
called Poo Play.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
You ever tried
So,
to use
yeah,
Uplay?
Ubisoft,
Yep.
not Ubisoft.
It's not great.
It's
I got a whole bunch of games
It's
for
not
free
good.
on it for something. I have no idea why.
It's not that it's bad. It's just not good at all.
Yeah.
Not great.
Not good.
Not good.
So Kakarot's probably a game that I will probably own later.
I might-
It's probably
I might
$25,
enjoy it.
$30.
Dude, you would absolutely enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think
Anybody that's
everyone here.
Anybody that enjoys it would tell other people that they enjoy it.
There's one thing
Yeah.
I do need to know.
Of course.
Tell me,
Is Hercule in it?
is Hercule in it? Is that a character? I actually don't know.
That is a character.
Okay.
And
It is.
Goku is the dad
just
of
assume
Gohan?
Yes.
that
you're
everything
correct.
in and surrounding Dragon Ball Z is in this game.
Is the dragon in it?
Your mic is doing some weird staticky thing, and I'm not sure why it's doing that.
It was doing that the other day when I was playing with Kelly too. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Okay. All right.
So
We'll
I
just
think
ignore
my
it.
mic is
Yep.
shit in the bed. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
That's
That's
okay.
fine. So I gotta tell you guys, last night we actually streamed for the first time together playing one game.
Yep.
Yeah.
And had
It's
a
actually-
fantastic time.
It's called the Blackout Club, but I understand why you guys might be confused because it said we were playing like Undead Blackout or some shit. I
Yep.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every once in a
Yeah.
while, Facebook actually doesn't allow certain games or doesn't have certain games on the list, so you just kind of make one up.
Yep.
Or just pick whatever you find.
You just go with it.
But yeah, we had a really good time with that last night, and we are definitely going to try our hardest to do a little bit more together.
Yeah.
As far as
Yeah.
streaming.
Yeah,
I think our jobs as far as Wednesdays seems to line up the best.
yes.
So yeah.
Because Tony and I already have the day off, so I'm moving my day with my girl to Tuesday. As
Right.
far as we're concerned, that way, we'll have the ability to do these things together.
Yeah.
Like we're meant
Yeah.
to.
That's right. Yeah, but we had a really good time. If you haven't seen the Blackout Club or don't know anything about it, give it a try. It's really,
fucking
really,
weird.
really cool. And
With
I
again,
some
think
friends.
we were
Give it a try with some friends.
one of two things is happening, and I can almost guarantee which one it is. We were either playing the game really wrong, or B, we were playing it right and our communication just sucks. And
Right.
I'm willing to bet it's that one.
uh,
Actually, it might be
yeah.
both.
I think it's definitely the
It's probably both.
communication thing because even in real life we struggle.
Yeah.
Who are you? But it was a really,
Who are you?
Exactly. Who does number 2 work for?
Communication isn't our strongest suit.
Did you say pizza?
No.
No. Damn it! Stop drinking.
There it is again.
Wait a second, is Cell in the game? Oh
No.
wait, that's Tony's bit. Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Wait a second, you son of a bitch. Is Master Roshi in the game?
Don't steal my identity. Wait, are all
And you
those
have to
people
help him
actually
find
in
his
the game?
uni bag.
Yeah.
Is there a joke behind asking who's in the game?
No, I just like to piss Eric off. That's
Oh,
the
okay.
game.
Okay.
That isn't the game.
Okay.
That's
I said Dragon Ball.
I was like, what
Z,
did I miss?
Kakarot is secondary to me annoying him.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I gotcha. Just like me
And
annoying my boss at
To
work.
Tony's credit, he's pretty good at the game.
That's good.
Annoying that asshole down there.
Yeah, it's up at your mic.
Oh,
Just keep doing that. It's fine.
All right. Again, guys, sorry about that.
So let's
Yeah,
I want to move on to Dave's clickbaity article.
yeah.
His clickbaity title. Yeah, that's the one.
We're talking about Google Stadia. You
Yeah.
guys have heard me discuss my love for Google Stadia, which is Google's cloud-based
Yep.
gaming system.
According
Also
to,
now-
according to Facebook, you are the only one who likes it.
I will say me and probably about 5,000 or 6,000 other people really tried hard. We did. I wanted it to work. I love the technology. I still feel like it will work. The problem is they've added games, and as of 3 days ago, there was nothing added to it for 40 days. There was no information. There was no updates. There was nothing.
Yep.
There was complete silence. People have been saying it's already dead, which is a huge problem because a lot of people invested money and time into this and
Yeah.
want to still invest money. I think with all the games I've purchased on it, and here's the part that upsets me the most. There's 30-something games on it, 20-something games? I can't remember. Let's say 20 games on it. I've purchased maybe 5 to 6 of those. But the Stadia Pro membership actually gives you 2 games per month.
Yep.
Well, guess what? Most of the games I purchased, they're giving me for free. And all of
Oh,
a
great.
sudden, I'm sitting here, I already paid for something. Now, I know PlayStation Now does that. Xbox has done that in the past. Whatever, it happens. But you don't have enough games to give away on a service.
Right.
If we keep going with this, in another 2 months, we will literally get every single game on the service for free.
Yep.
That is
Yep.
insane. They should have waited to give away free games until they had at least 100 in their belt.
Well, they already jacked $129 out of you. So
Right.
Right.
You're not wrong. So that's kind of my first irritation about it. And everyone is very, very upset about it, like on Reddit and everywhere else, because there's been radio silence. Now, when they finally did come out and say something, it was kind of a bullshit a thing that had happened.
oh, basically it was like every time Kelly talks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Every time
is
Kelly
the article
talks.
was the article written by Kelly?
It was not. No. This was.
But
this
it
was
might have been
something-
written under my alias.
right. So here's basically what was said on Reddit. There is someone. Where's the name on here? The name was Gizoogle. Okay, so 3
Yeah,
days
that's me.
ago,
That's my alias.
Yep.
right? So 3 days ago, Gizoogle wrote this. So where do we stand with Google Stadia right now? I'm not going to go through every single one of these. There's about 10 or 15 points. As expected, there hasn't been any further updates in January after the 120 game mystery bonanza. Basically, Google Stadia said, hey, this year there's 120 games that we're going to be adding to Google Stadia. After that was announced, they're like, well, what games? Well, we can't tell you that. Well, who's going to tell us that? You're going to tell us later? Well, the developer is the one that we're really relying on to tell you guys if it's going to be on Google Stadia or not.
They might tell you.
They
Wow.
might tell you, correct. So therein lies a massive problem to begin with. Going forward with this, still supposedly 2+ months out until 4K on a browser. We have not gotten 4K on a browser, nor can you use the controller wirelessly with the browser. You have to be plugged in hardwired
Okay.
to do it. I'm kind of okay with that,
Mm-hmm.
but
Right.
I would like to use the service as if they told me I could use the service.
Well, you're obviously gaming wrong because when you do that, you're supposed to be playing 40 feet away from your internet,
Yeah.
browsing monitor or TV or what have you.
Exactly.
Can I use it with the Wavebird?
I don't know. We should try that. So, right now, the Pixel phone is the only phone you can still use for Google Stadia. That's it. No other Android phones, no iOS, nothing.
Yep.
Well.
That's another problem because Xbox's cloud service right now for their games is still in like a free beta, and you can play that on almost any Android phone.
Yep.
There's also 70 games on that, which is huge. I mean,
Yep.
that's a large amount of games that you would expect for something that's starting. And Microsoft said it was a beta. Google didn't.
And they're already killing it in the beta.
They're already
Yeah.
killing it in the beta.
And I want to kind of put on this like addendum, if you will, that
right.
we're like the four of us are not the most like we're not the biggest defenders of Microsoft and Xbox, but we will give them credit where credit is due.
Right. of
Yeah,
course.
whenever someone does something good, we're not gonna just like look at it and be
Yeah.
like,
Well, the shit.
No.
The cool thing is, this technology is awesome. It really is awesome, and I'm really glad that they the game that just came out, Journey to the Savage Planet, Google actually bought that developer,
Huh.
which is cool because that game, those guys deserve what they're getting because that game is phenomenal. It's
Right.
unreal.
yeah,
But-
I'm actually picking that up on Friday. I'm gonna play it with a friend.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's a great game.
Well, I know.
I applaud that. I wish
know.
it was 4 players. That would be a great one for us all to play together too.
Well, I already know what Eric and I are going to be doing while you guys
Yeah.
are doing that. We're going to be playing Monster Hunter Riders, the new
Riders.
anime
Riders?
mobile Monster Hunter game.
Mobile. you say.
Yikes.
He's like, no, I'm really not. Please.
No to literally all of that.
He's like,
That's an
actually,
idea.
leave me out of this. I'm literally leaving now.
I'm watching the trailer for
Much
it
as I
right,
love
right
Monster
now.
Hunter.
Believe it or not, on the internet, and I have to say that it looks a step below Monster Hunter Stories.
I was playing that on my phone, and I actually found it really entertaining.
Wow.
It's okay.
Kind of would slap
Well,
you.
I mean, I have
okay.
low standards. But anyway,
Well, no,
so-
I mean, I enjoyed Stories a little bit because I played it when it came out on the 3DS, and it's a game. It's
so
okay.
here's
this
another
was
thing.
worse. Much worse.
Going back to the Stadia
Yeah.
thing, here's
Good.
another problem. My Stadia Pro ends February 21st.
Yep.
What is the base? What can we outline on it? They've outlined a little bit. How's it going to start? What's it going to give me? What's it not going to give me? You know what I mean?
You sound really needy.
No. These are things that anybody would want to know. Right now, we want to know all about the PS5, and we want to know a little bit more about the Xbox Series X. This is no different. Just because it's a cloud service doesn't mean we shouldn't know exactly what we're getting. If I'm going to continue to pay $10 a month for everything they told me I should get, A, I should get it.
You should be gaming.
Well,
B,
yeah,
and
that's
B,
the biggest
I
part.
should know for a fact that the base isn't going to give me everything I need. Because it might.
Right.
The base, I might not need to even worry about the Pro.
This
And-
is just
I mean,
Dave,
especially with that lack of the lack of transparency about what games are coming and stuff like that.
Right.
It's one thing if you buy a console and there's no transparency about what games are coming because you own the console. You're not constantly paying to have that box in your house.
Right.
Whereas with Stadia Premium, you're paying that monthly fee only to not know what you're getting. Like, you know, only for them to be like, oh yeah, there's more games coming. Probably, maybe the
Maybe.
developers will tell you. Probably. Good luck with that. Keep giving us money.
Yeah,
Like,
no, that's
That's a little fucked.
right. Give me a reason to keep giving you money.
I
though.
mean, I
the
feel
problem.
like it's kind of like at that point, it's Netflix, basically, game Netflix.
and it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
exactly
definitely
what
I
it
bought
is.
like a $500
But-
console, and then nothing came out. Then I'm like, great, I have a $500 paperweight.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
would you want to spend $10 a month on Netflix if it only had 40 shows on it?
No,
Right.
and I
Exactly.
would wait until they had more, and then I would do it. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I
there you
mean?
go.
Right.
I
and
can't like I mean,
I feel like Stadia is kind of in the same hole right now.
Well, I mean, yes, absolutely.
Definitely,
They are doing
we get
they are
two
doing things
Electric
wrong.
Boogaloo.
They basically went in the dark for so long that you know they need to figure it out. But
Yeah.
if they would have said beta in the beginning, we wouldn't have been so freaked out.
No.
Google has a very long track record of just no, we're good, trash it.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
sucks.
it's like
As of
Something
right
isn't
now-
a resounding success immediately, and they just
Right.
yep, yeet.
As of
onto
right
the
now,
next
that's not
thing.
their
come March
that's not their
1st.
bread and butter. Like
Right.
they do 8,000 things,
They do.
and if one thing
Yeah.
doesn't work out, well, that didn't work out. On to
Because
Stadia
what's
2.
the parent company?
Yeah.
Is that Alphabet? The parent company for Google is like Alphabet or something like that.
I don't know.
Some shit.
fucking know, yeah.
It doesn't even matter to us. It's irrelevant. But the
Someone
point of the whole
Google it
thing
and
is,
let us know.
as of March 1st, I will be moving my attention over to the xCloud gaming service
So,
through Microsoft.
Kevin actually just said, have you seen some of the vids saying they may abandon the Stadia project?
Yeah, it's all speculation. I
Yeah.
believe it's all speculation, and until
Well, I
it
mean-
happens,
Yeah, it's all
Right.
speculation, but it's still one of those things like, well,
It's likely.
why did you do it if you
right.
knew that people were going to react this way, and like it wasn't, if you weren't prepared, why did you do it?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they can kind of do whatever the hell they want.
yeah, that's the thing. It's Google; they can do whatever the hell they want. But still, like, we're video game players. We're video game enthusiasts. We're kind of harsh critics. So
Well, we are, but we want something that works. And
Exactly.
if it's not going to work,
and we're going to be
leave it-
paying for it. So
they should do what most PC games do. This is a what do they call it?
Early access.
Early access.
Yep.
Games
Yeah.
will stay in early access for their whole entire lives.
Yep.
I want to go back to
for good example, Beam and G. That's
Mm-hmm.
still an early access game.
And
yeah, absolutely.
Temtem.
Temtem is
Yeah.
the game you guys heard me talk about, Satisfactory.
Yeah.
I have never seen a more active community manager as what's the guy's name? Jace. I've never seen a more active community manager. Every single week or every other day, he puts out videos, whether they're funny or they're telling you about the next update. They tell you an update's going to be out. If it's not going to be out, they come back and say, here's what happened. I hope you aren't upset, but here's something else that you could do instead. Or let's do this community, like small community tournament. Let's see what you've built and stuff like that. They're very active.
Yep.
There is no reason that Google, having all this money and all these resources, can't have an active community manager like that one guy from Satisfactory. That is a very small developer company that made that. I can't imagine they've got much time. I really can't. But they put the effort in. Hello Games the same way. They've been constantly active.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's no reason this big company can't actually listen to the gamers. And that's why I'm upset about the Stadia thing. Because
but the question is,
I feel
will they?
a little betrayed.
But the question, Dave, is will they? I mean, Google,
they don't have to.
Google's a big company. They're going to do what they do and not really give too much of a fuck about what any of the rest of us
There's a guy sitting
say.
in a room somewhere with a bunch of other, girls and guys, whatever, at Google, and they're all holding stacks of money, throwing them up in the air, saying, "Fuck you, nerds! Fuck you, nerds!"
Probably,
Well,
yeah.
They'll have top hats and monocles and puffing on big cigars.
Yep.
They're just throwing money around.
Monopoly, I'll fucking show you Monopoly. It sucks.
If only, I mean, I'm so glad that it's only services that have lack of content and no transparency and lack of updates and a very uncertain future and I'm glad that it's limited to them and not video games themselves.
Anthem. He held up Anthem.
I can't even see his
exactly.
iPad. I knew where he was going with
They
it.
promise something otherworldly, and then
Right.
next thing you know, you just spent like $60 on a pile of trash.
How much did you spend on it,
So
Kelly?
Kevin asked.
I bought it
what
when
do
it
you
first
think
came
about-
out.
You
Kevin-
bought like the Ultimate Edition, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin asked about Amazon doing basically the same thing, but you won't have to buy the games. It's basically going to be another Steam. Yes. So, is it going to be a Steam? I don't know much about it. I just heard about it a couple days ago, and I didn't have time to really look. I apologize. Here's my thing about cloud streaming services. From now on, I'm still gonna keep an eye on Stadia because I'm very curious, and I've already invested. Why wouldn't I? From now on, if a cloud service comes out, I am not touching it until it's a year in development.
Of course, you're not touching it. It's a cloud service.
And if I do do another cloud service this year, it is going to be from a company that already makes gaming consoles.
Xbox, Microsoft.
They already know what they're doing.
Yep.
They already have the games. There's no reason that xCloud can't work,
Listen,
and it is working right now.
I'm gonna just play my.
I'm a little
Xbox.
pissed off. I'm not gonna lie about this whole thing, and I've been stewing on
I
this
don't
for like
blame
a
you.
week.
No, it doesn't come across that way.
I apologize. I'm just like,
You seem-
"Ugh."
Triggered? Wait,
pretty
Dave's
okay
definitely
with
not
it.
triggered.
Yeah, I am triggered. Whatever, but I'm gonna stick with the companies that know what the fuck they're doing, and
Yeah.
I thought for sure
PlayStation
because
now-
Google's Google. I'm like, this can work. This is amazing.
Google may be Google, but they've never been a video game publisher or developer, so there's that.
Hey, listen,
PlayStation now
Google's
has actually
Google,
made some pretty big
but at
strides.
least they're not
PlayStation now's gotten
Bethesda.
pretty good.
It's true, right? But it's fucked up.
Yes.
When I don't want to turn on my console or anything, it takes longer to turn on my console and turn a game on than it does for me to grab Stadia. So
Yep.
I
Yeah.
play that in between like these really fast times where I don't have much time to do anything. I'll go into like Destiny and just shoot nothing, or I'll go into whatever game and just do nothing.
Wow.
But
Sounds
it's
like
very quick.
Your
fast,
time is
and
very
simple.
important. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
into this and do nothing.
Well, look, if I have 10 minutes to game,
Yep.
I'm not going to just sit here and just, do something on my phone. I want to actually game.
Heaven forbid you
right.
wait that extra 20 seconds for your.
That's why I
console
just
to boot up.
grabbed this if I have 10 minutes to do something.
That's the problem. I'm playing Odyssey, and Odyssey actually takes a fuck ton of time to actually load up.
Why do you
Okay.
think it took me like
True.
60, 70 hours to platinum that,
Because
man?
50 of it was waiting for Odyssey to load.
It really does load, but once you're
For
loaded
real.
up, you're like,
You know what's weird? Odyssey, I always see going on sale for 15, 20 bucks. New. Assassin's Creed Origins, which is the only game that is actually interesting me in the series at all, used still 30 bucks.
It's because Origins is actually worth its weight in fucking
I
gold,
love-
dude. That game
I
is
loved
amazing.
I
That's weird because
like Origins
I
better
see-
than Odyssey for different reasons.
I
though.
see everyone else like
Not for dynamics.
shitting on Origin all the time.
People
Wait,
shit on
really?
Far Cry, and
Oh,
guess
yeah.
what? I will continue to be one of their biggest fans.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
I mean, different games for different folks. Is that how the saying goes? I don't know.
Different game.
No, that works. Whatever, you can add that in there.
Yeah.
But I like Origins for totally different reasons over Odyssey. But you're not going to get as dynamic of a game as Odyssey is.
Yeah, Odyssey.
It's
you know what?
unreal.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
I said it yesterday on the stream. I've been talking with Eric about it. Kind of like how you're getting into Odyssey now.
It reminds
3
me.
years
of
after
me.
the fact, I'm getting into Breath of the Wild right now.
yeah.
And
Yeah, it's kind of
and
almost a similar thing.
I do feel really bad that when I owned the game 3 years ago, I played it for a good 20 hours, and then after that I'm like, nope, not into it, and then I just shut it off. Never played it again, and it's honestly for one of the most shallow reasons in the world. I actually feel a little bit bad to admit it, is because when I'm playing through the game, I didn't feel like I was playing like a true
Link.
Zelda game, because I didn't feel like I was playing as Link. Because he
Beyond
didn't have
that,
his classic little hat and his green tunic, and I didn't have Epona.
beyond that, did it feel like the vastness? Did it actually feel a little hollow?
Yeah, I mean, I will say that for such a
Maybe
sprawling,
too big?
huge world, it is very empty. And Eric made a very good point, to that effect. And you know, it's a good point when I'm admitting it, because I don't really often agree with Eric or give him any credit whatsoever.
You agree with
so-
me a lot. You just never admit when I'm right. So
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
admit when
100%.
anyone's right, buddy. You've known me for 20 years.
And it's a Tony thing.
Yeah.
mhm.
It's like the world is very empty, and it almost feels like that, you know, it's by design. So when something does stick out, or when you do notice something, it's that much more glaring or that much more noticeable because it sticks out
Yeah.
like a sore thumb. But my main problem is because I think I'm kind of like old, you know. I'm an old guy.
I gotta. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
slow to embrace change.
Yeah.
You know, so I went into Breath of the Wild expecting it to be another Ocarina of Time.
Which is absolutely not.
Yeah, exactly. And like I was telling you earlier, Breath of the Wild demands to be played on its own terms.
It demands to be played its own way.
Yeah.
You can't go into Breath of the Wild, you know, trying to play Wind Waker
Yeah.
or Ocarina of Time, you know.
Won't
Yeah.
work.
It just
So
It
the guys
doesn't
in
work
chat are
like
sitting
that.
here talking back and forth about a couple things, and I want to tell Jason something real quick. Jason, Fallout 76 he said it's still called beta, or the battle royale mode's called
Yep.
beta or something like that. That's good. That whole game should be called a beta, really, because
it should.
That game should be called pre-alpha.
yeah,
It needs to be called the dumpster
because of
fire.
like the manner of like how the game is.
Yeah.
Nothing, you know, that's nothing too negative or anything like that.
Yep.
What I didn't know,
Everything.
Nick said, if I'm not mistaken, Fortnite still refers to their
Free to play
free-to-play battle royale as beta. That
believe
if that's true, I didn't actually know that either. That's a success story right there. Just
Yep.
because you call it a beta, and just because you call it
Yep.
anything else,
Maybe
doesn't,
that's
doesn't
by
mean it
design.
can't be a success.
When like that way, like if you never take it out of beta and people complain about it, you just forever to be like
It's in beta.
Well,
but
I mean, it's tempering expectations, and it's smart to, you know, do that. If you're going to release something in an obviously unfinished state,
Oh,
Sorry, I'm laughing because
Yeah.
of what Kevin said.
Fallout 86.
86.
oh, Jason and him are gonna be
But no,
fighting
if you're gonna
soon.
release something in an obviously unfinished state, at least be transparent with people. Like, hey, you're not playing the full game right now. Like,
Yep.
this isn't.
If
a
Todd
release
Howard
sale
came out and
version.
he's like, "Yeah, Fallout 76 isn't finished. You know, this is a beta. It's gonna be a little bit rough around the edges. This isn't
Weird, because It
finished."
seems like Bethesda's pretty much.
It would,
These
yeah.
days,
it would have
yeah.
been a lot better than him coming out saying,
Okay, so something else that Kevin said that I'm actually thinking about too, and I didn't think about it because I didn't put too much thought into it. But he said that's so they can get past some gaming and tax laws. I wonder how much of that is
Wait,
true.
I gotta read that.
Yeah.
because
That's a
you
true
imagine doing. We're getting half stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm pretty sure we've talked about this before. All these, early access and these betas and stuff like that, or just early access for the whole entire thing of the game. Doesn't it feel like a diversion? Does it all feel like a diversion?
I think it's trying to
Tom-
save face when you're trying to get developers to bring games onto your platform, and they're reluctant to do so, and then you have to kind of walk it back, but you don't really want to,
Right.
Yeah.
because you're a billion-dollar company, and
You
you're
don't
just
want to
like,
admit.
stuff's coming.
You don't want to admit that like you don't have anything in the works or that you don't really know what you're doing because you've never, serviced video games or people that play video games ever in your entire life.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
But
whoa.
see, the trick is to have no shame, because I admit it when I have no idea what I'm doing at all.
ever.
right?
Yeah.
Right. So
I frequently
guys,
say, actually, you can't shut me up about it.
Yeah.
welcome to
More often
Winter
than
House
not,
Gaming
we don't know
beta
what
early
us are doing.
access.
And this is the early access of
I
the
need to go
podcast.
full release 2035.
We're gonna
There
do
you go.
something right now that you will never hear from Google ever, and
Yep.
maybe this is why they're successful and we're not. We have no fucking clue what we're doing.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, see,
There,
the thing
you
is-
said it.
I think the difference is that we both, like Google and ourselves, admit we don't know what the fuck we're doing, but they had money to just throw at it.
Yeah. Right.
And some of it clearly stuck because
Yeah.
you got it.
Yeah.
That's true.
At
I
least
got it.
$129 of it stuck.
I did. I like the fact that I'm a founder.
Yep.
I've got the little badge on my character on the game,
Oh,
and
how cute.
I don't give two fucks about it, and I hate that. But I'm still gonna be slightly hopeful though. Okay, so maybe just slap the beta badge.
But
on
hey,
it
at least you're
when
getting
it comes out, when the base comes out, throw the beta thing on the base,
Yep.
and just don't whitewash people into doing this shit if you're not gonna follow through. It sucks.
It's true.
Right.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Very, very
What
true.
the fuck are you gonna do? But anyway,
wait.
Hey, speaking of betas and early access stuff and all that, your boy Derail gave me a code to play the closed beta for Disintegration the other
Yeah.
day.
I'm starting that
very
up
cool.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I
And,
would love to hear about that in the next
Yeah.
10 minutes that you got left.
Well, all right. I mean, I'm not gonna take too long. It's definitely one of the most unique games I've ever played. Kudos to them on that. Unfortunately, Derail and I didn't get a chance to play together, but I did get a chance to play it a bit yesterday. For lack of a better way to describe it, it's a first-person shooter RTS, like real-time strategy.
Weird.
So, like, you
Okay.
fly around in this grav cycle. It's basically like a little helicopter thing. You fly around in a little helicopter that you can shoot from, but you're also commanding units around to like
On the
complete
ground.
Yeah,
right?
so you
Yeah.
have your units on the ground, and like let's say you're doing like the capture the flag type thing, which is called.
Did you record that?
I forget. I didn't, unfortunately.
Wow.
But the open beta starts
one
tomorrow,
fucking
so
job.
whatever. but either way, so like you'll have to do the capture the flag thing or whatever. I forget what it's called, but it's basically like that. You like grab things and you bring it to another spot, and the other people are trying to stop you. It's basically
Capture the grab thing.
It
and
just
bring
has
it
really
together.
unique
But,
mechanics.
Yeah.
But what's
Yeah.
interesting about it is, like I said, it's not just straight up you're shooting the other people. It's when you encounter someone else, you're at the same time commanding your units to attack them and their units whilst also attacking them yourself. And the whole thing kind of looks like Destiny aesthetically. So it's basically like StarCraft meets Destiny. That's the best way I can describe it.
It sounds so
But it's
confusing.
made by a
weird,
lot
but
of the
it's
people
really
that
sounds
made
awesome.
Halo.
Yeah, it's made by
very
ex
strange.
Halo devs, and it's really cool so far. From the couple hours I played of it yesterday, I'm actually quite impressed with it.
That sounds awesome, man.
Hey, you know what? It's the
Yeah.
open beta is coming out tomorrow, so I'm definitely gonna.
Hell yeah,
Get
I'll
in
check
on
that
it.
out. Is
Yeah,
that
I'm on that
is
shit.
that on PC, the open beta?
It's on PAC and PC, PS4, Xbox.
PAC.
Yeah, what's PAC?
Pac.
Pac-Man. You can play it on your Pac-Man machine.
Is the beta
I like
is the
when-
beta on consoles and everything?
Yeah.
I like when
Yeah,
new
okay.
games come out, you know,
Me
Shit,
too.
We could play the beta together.
and they mash things from like all these other games that we play and enjoy into one game. I
Yeah.
always really enjoyed that.
It's
I've
a
never
very
been kind of
unique
an
combination of
RTS
elements.
kind of guy though.
Neither have I. I honestly kind of hate RTSs. Like I've tried getting into StarCraft. I've tried getting into the Warcraft, the earlier Warcraft games. I've tried getting into Command and Conquer. And none of them stick for me. But I
You didn't
really
even get
liked
into
the way they
Halo
play it.
Wars? What the fuck?
God, Eric.
Ugh.
so
Do you
One of
even
the
play a
games-
video game?
one of the games I was thinking of specifically, and this is kind of this is a very strange example, but it's the only game I've played that has so many different mechanics smashed into one that it was extremely satisfying to play, and that was Ni no Kuni 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ni no Kuni
I have
2 is
never seen more
fantastic.
Mechanics
Because Ni no
building
Kuni,
mechanics,
Ni no
and
Kuni 2
RTS
has the
type mechanics,
RTS.
and
Yeah.
It's got
Right.
the building mechanics, the RTS type mechanics, the couple of spots they do like the side scrolling thing,
Yeah.
and you know the RPG 3D whatever. It
Has
was
a
phenomenal.
massive JRPG
Yeah.
and RTS mechanic.
I mean,
It was
in it.
crazy, and it
With-
felt like a
with
platformer in some
disintegration-
parts.
What was that, Eric?
It's not surprising with Disintegration that it has those specific elements in it, because you think before Halo, Bungie was making Marathon and stuff like that. They were making RTSs. In fact, Halo was originally started its development as an RTS for Mac,
Yeah.
of all things. And then, of course, Halo Wars came after and stuff like that. So they've always had RTSs like in their DNA.
Yeah, it
So
doesn't
the fact that
surprise me.
X-Halo
So
devs
Disintegration,
making
if,
kinda like the best of both worlds kind of thing.
Yeah. So anybody in
Really-
chat, Disintegration is what it's called.
Yep.
It's got. You good?
Calm down.
There you go, right there.
Don't move.
Don't move.
Don't even blink.
It's got tomorrow. You said there's an open beta.
Yep.
Cool. I think we're all gonna try it after work.
Yep.
I mean, not together. I'm just gonna try it on my own. And
Yep.
Yeah, I
Tell
mean,
you
I'll
about
give it a try. Hell
We're
yeah,
gonna go
I'll
ahead
give
and
it a try.
rapid fire some other minor news real quick.
yeah, go ahead because
Uh,
we have about 5 minutes
yeah.
and you have to leave.
PlayStation Plus games, February this year. Sims 4, if anyone cares. Bioshock Collection, which is awesome. I'm also
Own
real
it.
mad that I just bought it like 2 weeks ago.
Dude, I bought it like half a
Wait,
year
Bioshock
ago.
Collection?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Bioshock
Oh, they're
collection.
gonna give that one out on
Yep.
Xbox.
No, PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Dope. I
Yeah.
already own it.
There
but
you
dope.
yeah.
Fucking awesome.
That's a great thing to have.
Yep.
For
Yeah.
free.
The Outer
honestly.
World, the Outer World, March 6th for Switch. So that's gonna be pretty dope.
Nice.
I'm definitely not going to. And also something that was literally announced like an hour ago, and I only really bring it up because it's so fresh and like it just happened.
Oh yeah.
March 13th, the Animal Crossing New Horizons Aloha Edition Nintendo Switch is coming out, which I'm very surprised.
You just get the notification right before.
Literally,
Yeah,
like, 5
literally,
minutes before.
Literally
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
before.
And my girlfriend's freaking out about it.
I bet she is.
Also, my
Yeah.
girlfriend is freaking out about it.
Yeah.
My
so-
girlfriend is probably watching
Not.
TV.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
probably asleep, maybe.
Not a gamer.
I do think it's very odd that they don't have a limited edition. Like, I feel like if they were going to announce one, I would have put my money on a limited edition Switch Lite.
Yeah, I would have too.
But
Okay, so to add to the free games for consoles, if
Yep.
anybody cares, and this is actually one that I'm okay with, less mad about this particular one. Metro Exodus. for Stadia is their free game for
Dude,
February.
you gotta play that.
I
Guilt.
almost purchased that one, but I didn't. They're giving that one out. And
You
Guilt,
have to play Metro Exodus, dude.
Guilt, which started out as a Stadia exclusive, which is now going to other consoles, who knows when, are free for February.
You have to play Metro Exodus, dude. It is absolutely worth
I'm
it.
probably
literally
going to.
have to.
I'm actually
or
going
you will
to,
die in
'cause
your sleep.
Yeah,
I do not want to die in my sleep.
absolutely
so.
tonight.
So-
Yeah, you're gonna die if you
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah,
Okay,
do it.
so we have 3 minutes.
We got
Who's-
3
who's
minutes.
going?
I guess there's some details about Resident Evil 8 have just come out. Some rumors.
Please enlighten me.
Going back to first person mode.
Oh.
It's going to star Chris Redfield and I guess the same lead character as the one in 7.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. He still got one arm, I guess.
He's still got one
Or
arm.
whatever.
It's
I don't get it, but
so
and I guess they were going to be werewolves. So
werewolves.
They're throwing out the whole rule book.
Fuck it.
You know,
Let's do it.
but if anything,
Yep.
I loved Reggie 7. Which actually I think the first PS4 game that I platted, and it was so good that immediately after I beat it, I played through it 2 more times
Right.
before I
Wow.
even started getting any of the trophies.
That's cool.
Because that's how awesome the storyline is. Dave will never know.
No.
I'll
Kelly,
play
I'm
through
actually-
it. I should probably get that for PS4. And
Yeah.
play through it.
Kelly, knowing how much
Yeah.
you rage on things, I'm really proud that you finished
Yeah.
Resident Evil the other day.
Round of applause.
because
Yeah, I mean, it was only really one part, and once I got past that,
You were
I
good?
was okay
it was
Yeah.
great because I think we all started watching at that.
at that time. Yeah,
I
you
just,
guys
like,
came.
I turned
You
on the
guys
stream.
I really
all
did.
Yeah.
You guys came on at the stream at like the perfect time, like
know,
the
it
time
was
where I'm
great.
like, I started the game and I was like, oh, I can't remember where I'm at, and then I just fucking go into a semi boss battle with Claw Daddy and
with a semi.
you know,
Claude,
AKA William.
Yep.
All right.
I turn on the stream and it's like the first thing he says, like, "That's stuck at this fucking part. I'm gonna kill myself or whatever."
Yeah, he was.
and I'm like, just looking. I'm like,
he gets very. Yeah, he
Yeah.
gets very upset.
I can see that.
It happens sometimes. Sometimes
Yeah.
you're in a pit of despair on Rage 2. Raging.
happened.
So
Yeah.
All right, guys, we have to go. Tony has to leave. Kelly's leaving. Eric, thank you very much.
It sounds
Mr.
like I have
Static.
like a
We
pressing
appreciate it.
appointment. I just have
Yeah,
to
no
Let's
pick
problem.
up
let's
pizza.
figure that out for next time, okay?
pizza for
Yeah,
sure.
that is important.
Yeah.
All right, we love you guys.
Yeah.
We'll see you later.
Later.
Peace out.